right? So when Neil Postman first introduces it, he describes it as a field of inquiry. Later, you know, and that was in 1968. In 1970, media ecology becomes for him a curriculum, and specifically a graduate, a doctoral curriculum for a doctoral program. You know, I mean, so those are already two different ways of looking at it, I think that, you know, we understand it today to be, I mean, there are three related concepts then. One would be that it is a field of study or field of inquiry. Certainly one would be that it is a curriculum as well, of a kind of education, media ecology education. A third thing, we could call it a perspective. A lot of times we would talk about it as a perspective, a way of seeing things. I've stopped doing that because perspective is a specifically visual metaphor, and so trying to find something different. Others have called it a theory or a theory group. My friend Casey Lum did that. But theory is also visual, and that's why, I mean, McLuhan, Ong, Postman, they all rejected the idea that they were doing theory and for that and for related reasons. You could call it philosophy, but then, you know, the problem is when you bring in philosophy, people tend to think in terms of specific schools of philosophy, like phenomenology, and it really isn't so much like that. I mean, if anything, it's probably most closely related to pragmatics, or pragmatism as a kind of philosophy. But I think you could call it an intellectual tradition. Camille Paglia spoke about the North American intellectual tradition, which is not to say that it's purely only North American, but that its center has been in North America, dealing with problems that we have faced here first and foremost. And I also, I mean, the thing I've settled on was approach, which is, you know, it's an approach, and it involves a kind of method, but not in the traditional sense or the scientific sense of methodology, but it's a way, a Tao, a way of looking, well, again, not looking, that's not right, but a way of coming to things, a way of thinking about things, a way of understanding things. The distinction I would make is that there are times, and I mean, when media ecology was introduced, it made its way into intellectual networks outside of Postman and his curriculum at New York University. McLuhan used it as well, and for McLuhan, it involved a somewhat related idea of trying to actually affect the media environment, trying to intervene in the media environment and make it, say, less wasteful, more productive, more beneficial. And others have used it as a synonym for media environment. And I can see the attraction of it is that ecology sounds more dynamic than environment. But I think it's fundamentally a misuse of the term to talk, I mean, they talk about the new media ecology or the digital media ecology, because ecology is the study of environments, and media ecology is the study of media environments. So I think the better, the more precise way of talking about it is to use media environments to refer to the specifics of what's going on, and media ecology on the meta level to refer to the study of those specifics.